What up, what up, what up? Let's see who joins us. Sorry, there's like a lot of light going on behind me, but I can't really reach that warmer right now to turn it off. So it's gonna stay on. Anyone want to join? Hi, Samantha. What's up? How's it going? How's your day? Oh my gosh, my heater just turned on and there's a piece of tissue paper over it and it just scared the crap out of me. I was like, why is a piece of tissue paper moving by itself? That just really freaked me out. Alright, so tonight, good, I'm glad to hear that. So tonight I'm going to talk about the business of network marketing, which is what we're in. Some people want to call it MLM, some people call it direct sales, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it network marketing because that's technically what we are in the business of, is marketing and networking. And kind of about being original with everything that you do. This might seem kind of like it's all over the place because I put together notes throughout the week and I just kind of have bits and pieces here and there, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to get it together and have it make sense, but we'll see. So my first thing that I want to say is that you have to understand that this is a business like any other business, and you have to treat it that way. You have to think of it that way. It's easy to, you know, just water down the plan, understand, but, you know, help 5 people, get 8 people, and you'll get a free car or whatever. You know, some companies have like the free car or the car payment that they give out, things like that. But what they don't tell you, that kind of thing, is that to get those 5 people or 8 people or however many, is that you have to talk to 50 people to get those 5, or you have to talk to 80 people to get those 8 people. It's just like any other business, you know. People are going to come in, they're going to come out, they're going to buy, they're going to leave, all of that. You have to treat it like it is any other business. So you have to know your market, you have to find your market, you have to deliver them a message that makes sense, and you have to service them well. Number 2, I'm going to go into more depth with all of these, but I just want to kind of give you guys a basis and let you know the main points of what this is. So number 2, make sure that you use our products / services, if you want to put it that way. Make sure that you know our products, that you love our products. You know, don't go buy Tide when we have laundry detergent. Don't go buy hand soap when we have hand soap. Don't go buy kitchen soap when we have kitchen soap. Use our products. And I did not fully understand this or even think about it really until later on in my business, but it has made a really big difference, because once I know and I'm able to really talk about and explain the products to my customers, they trust me more. They're gonna see that I know what I'm talking about, that I enjoy what I'm talking about, that I know what is in the products or how to use them or different ways to use them, things like that. So make sure that, you know, you can give an honest answer, an honest opinion about the products. If you haven't used it, then tell them that, you know, like my hair's going crazy up here. Tell them like, I haven't used this yet, but I have heard da 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 da. I think that I have used everything now. I hadn't, but I think I have now used every product. Make sure you understand our marketing and compensation plan and our policies. So things like being out of compliance, you know, you can't mention free anything. You can't mention free shipping. You can't mention a free gift. Those kinds of things all need to be privately messaged. So in a text, in a Facebook message, you shouldn't even be posting them really in parties. I know that sometimes those private events, people do tend to do that. I'm guilty of it too. I know that I've done it. But try to stay away from mentioning things like that. Just little things like that, making sure that you're understanding what we can and can't do, what we can and can't say, how the compensation plan works, etc. So determine the best market. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier, who you're trying to market to. You know, a lot of people start with our list of 100 in this business, which is great. I love that idea. If you don't know what that is, it's on Workstation. You can just type in list of 100. It should come up. But it has you make a list of 100 people that you know, which is great when you're first starting out. It's really good, and it might work for a little while, but once you get to a certain point, it's not going to be able to help you anymore, because you have to determine what specific people, hey NECA, what specific people you're trying to target. Is it stay-at-home moms? Is it people who are already working that just want a second income? Is it people who are hoping to replace their 9-to-5? Is it people who want to get out of debt? Is it people who want their house to smell good because they have 2 dogs and 2 lizards that live in their house, like me? Who knows? But whatever that is, figure that out, and then try to market yourself, direct yourself more towards those people. That's network marketing. You're networking with the people that you connect with, that would understand where you're coming from, that understand why you're doing this and why they should do it, or why they should buy this product. We're going to go more into depth on that in a second. Like I said, I'll go into more depth on these, but yeah, so figure out where you can find your target market, determine how those people can benefit from your products, like I said, your services, your business, all of that. You also want to differentiate yourself from the thousands of other people that are working the same company. While there is a lot of people that work Scentsy, there's really not at the same time. Little off side note, but I have a Scentsy sticker on the back of my car. I don't have my phone number on it because I didn't want to get little creepers texting me or something, or someone to text me and be like, you're an awful driver, or, you know, whatever it might be. But it just is one of the Scentsy stickers from the Scentsy family store, and it has my name and my website on it. And I have had it for probably a year now, maybe. I'm not sure when I got it. And a week and a half ago, for the very first time ever, besides at World Tour, which was in Colorado Springs, for the first time ever, driving around in Denver. And I work downtown, so I'm driving all the time. I drive up to Greeley, I drive up to Cheyenne a lot for work, and a week and a half ago I saw my first ever other person with a Scentsy sticker on their car in Denver. So if you really think about that, granted, I've probably driven past Scentsy consultants that don't have stickers on their car, but for the first time ever in such a big city, that was the first time that I had ever seen anyone else with that sticker on their car. And I'm like, dang, you know, I should be talking to everyone in this city. You know, out of the 2-3 million people, however many people are considered in the Denver area, I need to be talking to every single one of them, because I've only ever seen one other person with a Scentsy sticker on their car. I've only ever confirmed one other Scentsy consultant. So you want to make yourself stand out, though, from, that was a side note, go back. But you want to differentiate yourself. You want to be original. You don't want to be one of those copy and paste people. You know, whether that's giving them a different service, or just going above and beyond with your customer service, or, you know, freebies if that's something that you can do, setting up a loyalty program. Something that I try to do with all of my customers is send a thank you card. I send my business card, a referral card, and a loyalty card. In every single thank you card, I know I've mentioned this, no matter how many times the person has ordered from me, I still send them a thank you card. And I think that's something to just kind of, you know, make myself a little bit different than what everyone else is doing. Go a little bit above and beyond on that customer service. People love handwritten notes. Who doesn't love to get mail? I mean, like real mail, not junk mail. I do. I love getting cards in the mail. Or if it's something that I don't just rip up right away, I'm like, ooh, what's this? Let's see. And it's exciting. It's just something, you know, little, let them know that you appreciate their business, that you care, things like that. Develop a system for staying in touch with your prospects, clients, and your business builders. We're going to talk about business builders too. But I know you guys have heard this 1,000 times. The fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Often, so often, we give up after someone says no. But if someone says no, that doesn't mean no forever. That just means no for now. It's not a good time. I don't have the money right now. That doesn't mean that I won't have the money. Scentsy is really great with our workstation. They send out newsletters to people who are subscribed to your newsletters. I'm trying really hard to stay in touch more with my customers and making sure that I am talking to them more than, just when I'm trying to get orders. So remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. I know we've talked about that and talked about that and talked about that. But make sure that your name is out there. Make sure you are sending them texts, that you're sending them emails. I send out an email to all of my customers in Workstation maybe once a month. I know that some of them, it probably goes to their junk mail. Some of them, they probably blocked the emails, and some of them have probably unsubscribed. But I still send them out so that just in case when that person does need to contact me or when they do need more stuff, it's there. They have my contact information. They know I'm here. They know I'm still doing this. They know that I haven't given up. But that great customer service and the continued contact, it does go a long way, and referrals are really great. So make sure that customer service, you are going a little bit above and beyond, because that's what's going to keep people coming back for more. If you work at like a hair salon, like I love my hairstylist here. I know Geraldine, I think you work at a hair salon. But I'm sure that that goes a long ways, like referrals. If I know that I love how my hairdresser does my hair, I'm going to send everybody that I know his way because I love him and he does a good job. And he will, then I'll go and talk to my friends about him. That's the same exact thing that you're doing here. Referrals, referrals, referrals. If that person's like, oh, they really care about me, this consultant cares about me. The other day I saw that one of my customers, her dad passed away. So I went to the store right away and got a sympathy card. Before I even thought about it, before I forgot anything. Little things like that are really going to put you above and beyond and help your customers remember you and think, wow, this person cares about who I am and I'm not just another sale to them. It's little things like that. But make sure that you have some sort of a system for staying in touch, contacting them, whether that's via text, email, Facebook, however you want to do it. And make a commitment not to quit. So I know you guys have also heard this a million times before, but people want to see if you're going to make it. People want to see if you're going to last. People could come a year from now out of the woodwork and be like, I think I want to join because I saw that you haven't given up and that you've been doing it. Little things like that. So we're going to go more into depth now about some of the things that I mentioned. So the first part was the business builders. How am I doing on time? Okay, we're good. So business builders. What are business builders? New customers, new recruits, new hostesses. That's basically it for us. Those three things. But for those, how are you showing up? What kind of content are you putting out there? Is it something that you would want to follow? Is it something that inspires you? Is it, unclear to them what you're doing? Is it unclear that, you're an expert at your business? You want to make sure that you're not just being a copy and paster. You're not just being the cookie cutter, the watered down version that everyone else has already heard, because when Scentsy posts a picture and 567 people share it, 567 people's groups have already seen that picture. So making sure that you use your voice to get to these business builders, the customers, the hosts, and the new teammates. You want to make sure that you're not just relying on other people, or that you're not just relying on the flyers that you see. While sometimes, yes, I still use flyers because I don't have time to take a picture, or I can't think of something for the life of me that would make sense for what I want to talk about, or things like that. But you want to make sure that you're not just copying and pasting, or that you're relying on your upline to see what they do and they're relying on their upline and everything's just copy and paste, cookie cutter. So how are you attracting new people? Are people like, oh, she's a Scentsy girl? Or are people like, oh, I wonder what she does? A lot of people, things like doing Facebook events. We all do Facebook events, but maybe try something different. Instead of doing a Facebook event, do an in-home party. Instead of doing an in-home party, do a webinar. Instead of, when, I like the term, when they zig, you zag. So you want to go put your own spin on it, put your own voice on everything. If there's someone in Scentsy, I know I'm completely guilty of this, but if there's someone in Scentsy that you're always looking at their posts, always looking at what they're doing and saying, oh, well, she did this so good and she did that so good, or wow, he's really amazing, or blah, 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 maybe unfollow them for a little while. I've had to do that with some people because I'm like, oh, she's doing this now and she's doing that. I've had to unfollow people because then I'm just looking at what they're doing and trying to do what they're doing. So I said, oh, well, they were successful with that, so maybe I should do that. But then that doesn't sound like me. That's not my voice. So you want to make sure that you're not just looking at those other people. And like I said, if you have to unfollow someone, unfollow someone. I heard about this plugin. I think you can only use it on your computer. I'm pretty sure you can only use plugins for the internet on a computer, but I think it's called like Newsfeed Kill or something. And you can install it, I believe, on Google Chrome, and it will block your newsfeed when you go onto Facebook. So you can still share stuff yourself, but it just won't show you your newsfeed so that you don't get distracted by everything else. If you do try something else and it flops, it's okay. You tried to do something different. It's not a big deal. So finding those people that you connect with. I know that Brandy has recently joined like a stay-at-home mom group or just a mom group in general. So whoever that person might be, what are you passionate about? Like, yes, I love the products and I'm passionate about the products, but that's not what is going to connect me to people. What's going to connect me to people is my bearded dragons, because that's very rare. It's my husky because he's annoying and I will never own another husky ever again in my life. But, you know, things like that. Is it fitness? Is it, you know, interior decorating? Is it walking dogs? Is it cooking? Whatever it might be, find that and go out and join those groups on Facebook. I'm in like 4 different dog groups, and I've probably gotten 5 or 6 new customers from those dog groups. And not because I'm in there posting about Scentsy. I'm just in there making friends, commenting on posts, sharing my photos of stuff. There might be somewhere I'm indirectly selling, you know. I'll post a picture of Bandit in front of my little Scentsy wall or something in a husky group. But I'm not in there just trying to sell. I'm in there talking to people, getting to know people, meeting people, sharing what I'm passionate about and what they're passionate about, because that's going to be the best way to kind of bring people into your circle, get them into your circle, kind of talk to them, get to know them. You have to know what they want to be able to make sense with the products and with the business, if that makes sense. The sales conversations is the next part that I wanted to go more in depth about, because we all hate sales conversations at one point or another, whatever it might be, we do. It's a lot different when, you know, you work in a restaurant and someone comes in and they're there to eat, they're there to buy. They're there because they're going to spend money. They already know that stepping into the restaurant. It's a lot different when you have to go out and find those people, and it gives you different energy, it makes you uncomfortable, whatever it might be. So many people will say, I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be annoying. That is probably one of the biggest things that we hear in direct sales. And you have to approach it as sharing, not selling, which I know has been repeated a million times, but I cannot stress that enough. Sharing, not selling. So if someone does ask you about something, you don't want to word vomit. I cannot stress that enough. Don't word vomit all over them with all of the information all at once about why this is good and why they should get this and then they should add on this and they should do that. Because first of all, if you do that all at first, they're going to be overwhelmed. They're going to be extremely overwhelmed. They're going to be like, whoa, maybe I don't want this. Maybe I don't want to join this business. Maybe I don't think I want to sell it. And then you also have nowhere to go with the conversation. If you give them all of the information up front, then where are you going to take the conversation if you have nothing else to talk about? You already gave it to them all at first. Also, like I just mentioned, if you don't know anything about them, the question becomes, what are you selling them? Or what are you presenting to them? So you want to do your research on people. You want to make friends. Think about maybe just going out and not talking to people about Scentsy, you're just going out and making new friends. You want to ask a lot of questions about the person. You know, well, what do they do? What are their interests? What kind of a house do they have? Do they use candles? Do they like their house to smell good? Do they like taking baths? Do they have stinky pets in the house? You want to ask questions that are going to then direct that conversation into talking about Scentsy, or just so that you know more about them. People can tell when you're just selling. Let's be real. People can tell, you know. Cold messaging doesn't work. If you message someone out of the blue 5 years later and you're like, hey girl, I just wanted to tell you, like, I think that you would be really good at selling. No, stop. Don't do it. Doesn't work. Adding people to groups without asking them. I'm guilty of this too, because I know in my mind a lot of times I'm like, oh, well, if someone bought from me, then I know they want to be in my VIP group because it's just that cool. But in reality, you should be asking people. You should be making sure that they want to be added to that group, because maybe they don't. And then it'll turn them off from buying from you, from maybe wanting to join your team, from even talking to you. So change your strategy, change your mindset. You know, you have to try different things. Obviously, the cold messaging, it's not working. You don't want to do it anymore. Approach conversations as if you are already their consultant, or as if you already are their upline. Because if you let them take a hold of the conversation, it's not really going to go anywhere. You want to know what they're looking for and what they want. So listen more than you speak. If you take one thing out of tonight, listen more than you speak. And that is about asking those questions, listening to them, letting them, you know, express what they want, what their needs are, that kind of thing. Never thought of that. The more you that you can be, the better. As with everything, you know, like I say, being original. When you're posting content on social media, you want to use stories as a way to sell without selling, and to whoever you're trying to market to. So you have to answer these questions yourself about what the person's searching for. What is this person Googling? If you want to stand out, I strongly suggest, from all of the YouTube videos, all of the Scentsy training stuff that I've watched on Facebook, all of the podcasts that I listen to, everything is that you really want to niche down. You want to have a little group, not a big group. You don't want to try to appeal to every single person at once. You really want to focus on, like, okay, well, I know that I'm going to appeal to stay-at-home moms. And so I'm going to focus on what I do and what they can do that's going to help them. Otherwise, you're just going to get lost. If you're not trying to connect with those people using story, you know, like, oh, well, I get to stay at home, or I don't have to take my dogs to daycare because I get to stay home with them because of Scentsy. Little things like that, whatever it might be, you're going to find someone to connect to in some way or another. Sorry, that vent keeps going off and it keeps freaking me out with the tissue paper. Yeah, does this person want to stay at home? Does this person want another stream of income? Whatever it might be, you're going to connect with someone. Like for me, I feel like I probably connect best with people who are already working, that just want a second income and want free trips. Honestly, because I want free trips. I want to go on free vacations. And it does help that I love the product. My ultimate goal is to just stay at home and just do Scentsy full time. That's what I would absolutely love to do with my whole entire life. So hopefully that'll make sense. The last step of this, we've only got 4 minutes, is onboarding. When you're onboarding a new teammate, I mean, it could even apply to onboarding a new customer. But what's going to take you from that conversation to actually getting the person to click the link to either buy or to join your team or to host a party and not feel overwhelmed? A lot of people give way too much information way too soon, and you don't want to bombard people with all of that information. Like I said, whether it be joining or hosting or buying, you know, there's information for all 3 of those positions that you could overwhelm people with. So just think about, you know, if it's the case of onboarding a new teammate, what do they need to know the first month? Make sure you have some sort of a streamlined process. This is something that I really want to work on a little bit more. You know, what do they need to know for the first month? Should I make a little video that I send to every new person? Should I have a, 10-step list? Like step 1 is doing this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this, step 4 is this. It's the same thing with hostess coaching that we've all talked about. The same thing with, like, if someone's just buying, maybe don't just send them to your website, because then all of those products on the website are going to look absolutely crazy to them. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't know which one I need. I don't know what scents I would like. I don't know what, plug-in I need. I don't know what light bulbs I need. So instead, ask them those questions like, well, are you putting this warmer in a bathroom, or is it going to go in a living room, or is it going in a bedroom, or do you need something for your car? Those kinds of things, and then suggest stuff instead of just overwhelming them with everything all at once. Because you don't want people to feel like it's chaotic. You don't want people to feel like you don't know what you're doing. A lot of times with people just first starting, they're like, oh my gosh, I just got added to 15 groups and now my Facebook is blowing up and I have all these notifications and I don't know what to do and I don't know what's the most important, and that's how they feel, because I know that feeling. Sorry, I'm going a million miles an hour right now, but I know that people do get overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to add you to 3 groups. I usually try to tell people you don't have to have the notifications turned on the big group, because that one will go off all day long. But at least have them turned on my page, so that you get to see everything that we're doing, so you get to see the challenges, so you get to see those kinds of things. But that's not how you would want to feel, and that's not how you want someone else to feel. You don't want them to feel overwhelmed. Let's say, I don't know, I used to work at the Buckle, and if someone walked in the store, the reason that I'm there is to help them pick out what kind of jeans they need, what would fit them. I don't want to just let them walk in the store and be like, okay, well, let me know what you want to try and I'll take you to the dressing room. Like, some people walk in there and they're like, oh, I have no idea. I've never bought jeans like this. I don't even know what these sizes are. It's the same thing, like I said, with customers or with hosts or with people who are joining. They can get overwhelmed. So make sure that you really ask them those questions, get to know them. Just be personable, be original. All of that. I don't know how else to put that, but that's what I got. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. Hopefully this helped a little bit. It's just kind of a little bit of, the network marketing business and how it all works. And like I said, the biggest things that I can stress, listen more than you speak. Get to know people. That goes along together with that. Don't word vomit people. Don't give them too much at one time. And be original. Be personal. Make friends. So I hope that helped someone. But if anyone has questions, please let me know. I am happy to answer any questions. And I hope that you all have a great night. And I will talk to you later. Bye.